Hey everybody, I'm Kyle. I know that you've been playing guitar for years, but your playing still feels uninspired, a little sloppy, stuck in the same place, and that's a hard thing to admit, but you're not alone. Let's talk about the real reasons why your playing might not sound as good as you know it could and should, and how to fix it. Reason one, and I hate to give you an excuse with this, but it is the truth, that the fault could be with your guitar. Okay, I've played a lot of guitars, and some are so much easier to play than others. If you've been playing for a few years and you still kind of stink, it could be your instrument's fault. I don't like to play the victim card. I don't like the victim mentality, but if you have a guitar like this one, it's just so easy to play. I'm not working hard at all, and I have it set up almost every year by a guitar tech who I trust to play like that. And so you need to ask yourself, is this the best condition my instrument can be in? Because if it's not, it's going to be hard to play. So reason number one, it's your instrument's fault. Go get it checked out with a tech. See if it's worth the money to invest in them fixing it up for you and making it more playable. They can do some magic tricks with it that I cannot do. Or maybe it's just time to invest in a new instrument. Reason two, you're playing but not practicing. I had a friend several years ago who told me that he played the guitar, and every time I'd say, hey, let's get it out and play, he'd play the same song every single time, the same four chords, or maybe I think he had two songs, but it's the same strum pattern and the same chords. And as the years went on and we stayed friends, I kept getting better because I kept trying new things, and he kept sticking with the same old things. And so that's your choice, right? If you want to do that, and he was cool with that. He didn't want to get any better. But if you're wondering why you're not getting better, but you just keep playing the same thing, that's a problem, because there's a huge difference between playing the guitar and practicing the guitar. If you just noodle around with the same chords, the same riffs every time, you're not going to build new skills. You're reinforcing muscle memory without refinement. Great players, the really good ones, they isolate the weaknesses and they think about the things that they don't do well and they work on those. They practice, not just play. It requires intentional improvement. So reason two is maybe you're just playing and not really practicing. Quick interruption, you need to download my ultimate guitar guide. There's a link in the description of this video. I'm going to give you my guitar buying recommendations, some finger picking, some strumming in there, some alternate chords you may not have heard, all organized in one place. Get that, it's free. Reason three, you avoid what you're bad at. I know this sort of ties in with reason two, but there's a little bit of a difference here. Most people avoid the hard stuff. They avoid bar chords, they avoid finger picking, alternate tunings, learning a little music theory, even using a metronome, and over time, all these weaknesses start to pile up. If I see a song that's in the key of B, instead of knowing how to play a B bar chord, right, I'm going to start capoing and playing in G. And so how are you going to get better if you never learn to play a bar? And there's lots of ways to play a B chord, but you got to learn them, and they're all not so easy. So you're going to be in a bit of a hole playing in the key of B, or even the key of E. If you want to hit, some of these, they could be considered a little more challenging. So you just have to put the capo down and work on some of the things that you're bad at. Improvement comes from leaning into discomfort, not coasting through the stuff that already feels easy. Reason four, you're not listening critically. Have you ever tried recording yourself? If you haven't, do it. If you listen back and you cringe, that's actually a good thing. It means your ears are better than your fingers, and that's one step to improving. If you think you're playing a clean chord, in your head it sounds like this, but on the recording, it's kind of buzzy and flat, okay? Those are signs. You need to round the fingers. You need to press harder, right? And these are the things that you can address and work on. If you already know it's buzzy and you've been working and it's not coming through, maybe go back to reason one and get your guitar checked out. And if it's checked and the tech says it's great, good to go, then you're going to have to just work on maybe picking those strings one at a time, and then listening back and saying, okay, listening as you play, am I getting all the notes to ring out, or am I getting a dud? Spend some time analyzing yourself and listening critically, and you will see improvement. Reason 5, you've outgrown the chords you learned on day 1. Maybe your chords are clean. Maybe you can play G's and C's and E minors and A's and even B's all up and down all day long with no problem. But maybe you feel like you're not very good because that's all you can play well. The G's, the C's, the D's, and E minors, they can only take you so far. If your chords don't inspire you anymore, it's not your fault. They're just too basic for where you are now. You need chords with color, interesting voices, unexpected shapes that can refresh your sound and unlock new songwriting ideas. Reason 6, you never finish anything. All right, learning riffs is fun. But it's just a riff unless it's part of something bigger. Sometimes instead of learning, 100 partial bits of songs, you learn one and you learn the entire thing and you can play it perfectly start to finish, and then you move on to the next. That could be the breakthrough you're looking for. And the final, reason 7, you don't know what good looks like for you. Not everyone needs to shred or sweep pick, okay? Sweep picking is not my style, and so I don't consider that my good. I play other kinds of music. Maybe your version of great is writing a song that gives someone the chills, or playing a cover at a bar or a winery or a wedding that makes someone shed a tear. You need to get clear on your goals. What does good even look like for you? That way you can work in steps towards that goal. And then you can change your goals from there, but set a goal, that way you know what you're actually aiming for. Say you've been playing for years and you still feel stuck. It's not because you're untalented. It's not because you can't do it. It's just because maybe you've been missing structure, feedback, inspiration, things like that. I make videos right here on my channel. I make courses, link in the description, to help you fix these things. If you want to fall back in love with your playing, hit subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and come check me out on the next video.